So by now, everybody knows that Vegeta was able to make the ascension to Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. But I wanted to kind of take it a step back and figure out how Vegeta in the first place was able to even reach that form. We all know Goku's path. Honestly, it was something that was pretty much written in stone. In the Battle of Gods movie, we saw him achieve the Super Saiyan God, or Saiyan God, which has become a popular term, transformation, the red one. Matter of fact, I'm going to refer to the red one as Saiyan God for simplicity purposes. So we saw him achieve the Saiyan God transformation. But from there, we know just essentially what happens is, he fights with Beerus, they leave, and then throughout the time between Battle of Gods and Resurrection F, Goku was able to train in that form and reach what is considered a form called Saiyan Beyond God, which is essentially his base form that he fought against full Final Form Frieza in the Resurrection F movie. Now, I don't know if that's considered a real term or whatnot. That was just on the Dragon Ball wiki, Saiyan Beyond God form. So that would technically imply that that form is stronger than the Super Saiyan God. That's up to you to decide, but that's not the reason for this video. So from there, we know that Goku was able to essentially train in the Saiyan God form and then master it, and was able to combine that Saiyan God ki with his Super Saiyan powers and become Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. Obviously, it has to be something very similar to Vegeta, but we never saw Vegeta become a regular Saiyan God. We don't know if that's even a prerequisite, if they have to actually become a Saiyan God in order to become a full-fledged Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. Or Super Saiyan God, I'll just refer to the blue one as that. So we don't know if that's a thing or that they have to do, or if they're able to skip over the red one. The red one is seemingly an incomplete form of the blue one. There's all these different terms, but you guys follow me here. So it seems like it's kind of an incomplete form, and that's why it has the drawbacks, whereas the Super Saiyan God form does not seem to have the same exact drawbacks. Goku was not able to maintain the Saiyan God form for long, but in turn, after he pretty much powered down, he was still just as strong, if not debatably stronger than he was when he was in the God form, when he was just his regular Super Saiyan form fighting against Beerus, and Beerus was like, hey, your body learned from this experience, and that's why you're stronger now. That's why you didn't even notice that you powered down, essentially. So Vegeta, this is my theory. I feel like, and this is something that's kind of weird, because we did not see Vegeta become a Saiyan God. I don't think that's a prerequisite because it is an incomplete form. So what I'm gonna say may shock you guys a little bit. Maybe you guys have thought the same thing. Essentially, what I think is being a part of the Saiyan ritual. Having all of that godly ki flowing through you, exposing your body to that much ki, that type of ki, means that you have the ability, regardless of whether or not you are the main focus and the one that ultimately became the god or not. That means that you have the ability latent inside of you to become a Super Saiyan God. That's the only way I can explain this, unless in Dragon Ball Super, and I think they will. We'll see more montages of them training and how Vegeta actually achieved his form. For now, that's the only thing I really can say, because we don't know how either of them achieved the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan form. We just know that they trained with Whis, and that's about it. And after, Vegeta, his body being exposed to that, I can feasibly say, I can actually see how, being exposed to that, him going on and training with Whis on their planet, and mastering that form along with Goku, I can understand why he was able to become a Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. Now, the only thing that's interesting about this, really, it's pretty straightforward. That's the only thing I really can say at this point. There's not a whole lot of evidence to back up my theory or any other theories out there. Not that there's very many in the first place. But what makes this kind of interesting is that means that Goten, Trunks, Pan/Videl, who we saw go Super Saiyan, I'm just playing, Pan/Videl and Gohan would have all been exposed to the same ki. So you can take that and do with it what you want. Now, that means that essentially either they didn't know that they were exposed to it, or they never attempted to bring out the full powers, bring out their full powers like Vegeta did. We know Vegeta's always on this quest. He's striving to better himself, and seeing Goku achieve that form, I'm sure Vegeta was like, hey, I need to train, and he probably started to develop, started to notice that he was just noticeably stronger, and he's feeling different, and he was like, okay, this is something a little different. This is my normal form. And, he probably trained with Whis in that form, in that state that he was experiencing, because there will be no reason, unless there's a villain that we don't know about, there will be no reason for them to do another ritual. whatsoever, unless it's to simply make Vegeta a Saiyan God, which debunks my entire theory. If they took the time to make him a Saiyan God, that debunks my entire theory, but I don't see that happening. So that means that, like I said, the kids and Gohan and Videl / Pan were exposed to this ki. That does not mean indefinitely that they can become Super Saiyan Gods or Saiyan Gods, whatever. But it would be something that would be pretty cool if that did happen. Honestly, I know Super is going to pretty much revolve around the main two characters. Dragon Ball Z's always pretty much revolved around Goku and Vegeta. You know, we've seen hot flashes where Gohan's the main character for a little bit and things like that, but it always comes full circle back to those guys. So let me know you guys' thoughts / theories on how you guys feel Vegeta was able to achieve this form. I haven't seen too many videos on YouTube about this. I'm sure a lot of people wondered, and I feel like I had a pretty good explanation / theory. Be sure to subscribe if you are new and leave a like on this video. And also follow me on Twitter at DFreeDBZHD. I'd appreciate it if you guys did that. But let me know you guys' thoughts, theories, etc., etc. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.